My father really summed it up for me because he saw Hendrix play. He'd never even heard of him. He saw him play in like '67 or whatever. And he said, you have to remember that, like, before Hendrix, when your amp distorted, you took it to the shop and got it fixed. He said, surf guitar was about as far as it went. And there was this absolute explosion, not only of culture, but of sound and the way people approach music. And I don't think until they invent some new way to play everything, we're going to experience that same kind of shock and surprise.
Greetings. Welcome back to Your Blue Dreamer broadcast. I'm your most humble host as always, Dr. I, coming through with a new blue speak. Today, I've got on some new friends, a local band by the name of Misfire. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Wonderful.
Excellent. One at a time, please. No, I'm just kidding. Cool. So let's go around and you guys introduce yourselves. Tell me what you play, and we'll get into it.
I'm Elliot, the drummer.
The drummer.
I'm Jaden. I play guitar.
I'm Ash. I also play the guitar.
I'm Emily. I'm lead singer and basser.
Nice.
And keyboardist.
Oh, yeah.
And keyboard.
Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, for real. Come on, girl. Cool. Well, thank you guys for doing this. I appreciate it. I heard you guys' stuff. I can't remember exactly how I came on to your guys' music. I believe it was through a flyer. I think, did you guys play Casbah recently?
We did.
Back in January.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll get emails from Casbah, and I'll just look up who's playing, and I'll just go through the lineups, and I listen to the music, and whatever catches my ear, I'm onto it. So you guys were one of the first ones recently that got onto that, so that's super cool. Welcome to the Blue Dreamer broadcast.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Respect. So I usually like to start with like origin stories, basically like, what was your name? I'm so bad with names, I swear to God.
Elliot.
I'm sorry. Elliot. I'm sorry. Elliot Drummer. Okay, cool. My bad, dude. I'm so bad. I'm horrible. I'm a professional. How did you get started playing drums? How long ago?
A long time ago. My dad plays drums, so there's always been a drum set in the house.
Yeah.
So it was just normal for me to like mess around with it. But I think when I was around 10 or 11 is when I really started digging it.
Yeah, cool. Did you start playing when you were like little? Like were you like on them? Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
there's a video of me when I was like 2.
Okay, cool.
And I'm like playing the drums.
So you were exposed young.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where's that video?
Yeah, right?
I sent it to Cole.
No way.
Did you take lessons or anything?
I started taking lessons when I was around 12. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And can you read music?
Yeah.
Like drum music? Yeah. Nice. Fuck yeah. Cool. Respect. Nice. Just a question. I was just asking. Sorry. So Jaden.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'm getting the names.
Yeah.
How did you start, bro?
I feel like I was just always raised around music, but I never had any like inclination to like feel like to play it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, really until like sort of around when I graduated high school.
Okay.
I was kind of just like trying to explore other things, and I had really thought that would be something cool to do, but I didn't like actually try to do it really until like 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
I've definitely been like playing music for like the shortest amount of time out of everyone.
Respect.
But yeah, I just kind of was like, I think it was literally like 2023, like January 2023. I was just like, I'm gonna get a guitar. So I went and bought a guitar, and I just started watching YouTube videos, and I just started teaching myself pretty much.
Who in like guitar wise like inspired you? You're like, fuck, I want to play like that.
I would say like it's changed a lot over time, but like very like my very like first like the reason I want to get a guitar and play a guitar would be like Billy Joe Armstrong and like older punk music like Descendants. Dope. I really was into stuff like that, and I was just like, wait, I want to I want to try and like that kind of scene, that like early punk scene is kind of really what like inspired me to start doing it.
Have you gotten into Bad Brains yet?
Yeah, of course. Like I feel like that's like the starting point.
Kings.
That's where everybody. That's like the kings of it all. Like that's
I love
that's
Bad
the whole
Brains so
starting
much.
point for everybody. But like over time, it's evolved a lot, and I would say it's definitely different. But that was like the core like starting point for me.
Fuck yeah. Cool. Wiz?
I'm Wiz.
Wiz
yeah.
Khalifa?
Oh my God. No, I'm Ash.
JK. Ash, how did you get started?
So I started playing guitar when I was 9, and it was actually I started on the acoustic, and I think acoustic and electric are like they feel a lot different when you're playing them.
For sure.
I know like bar chords, I would like kick myself because like I just couldn't get it down.
Yeah.
But when I started playing electric, it was like I think in 2020, I was like during COVID, I'm like I want to learn how to play, you know, like.
But kind of easier than playing acoustic, right?
It
Once
is,
you get
but,
electric,
like,
you're just like, oh my god.
Exactly.
Like
There's so much more stuff to do on electric, I think. I still
Yeah.
love them both equally, but yeah, 2020 is really when I started like experimenting more.
Nice. And who
like,
got
how
you
to play.
into guitar?
Oh, my dad. My dad played guitar, and then kind of just followed after him. But he kind of stopped after a bit, so I just kept continuing.
What does he
that.
play? Like, what is he into?
He
Like classically trained and shit, or what?
oh no, just
Oh.
like just casual.
Oh, okay.
Just, like,
He just
YouTube
had a
doing it.
guitar.
He had a guitar, yeah. I picked
Okay.
it up and was like, oh, I want to learn to play it, but
Cool.
yeah.
Dope. Wiz?
Wiz. Yeah. I'm Emily or Wiz, I guess.
That's the name that you gave me.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry, my bad.
No wonder.
Well, I mean, I've always grown up like singing, and it's always been in my house. My brother is also a musician, so like, it was like Big Bro does it, I do it.
For sure. Me too. Same.
But like that's kind of how I got into piano originally. Like he got into guitar lessons, and I started violin and piano, and then I didn't take singing lessons until like I got to high school. But I always was like in like competitions and stuff like that growing up.
When did you start? How old were you?
I was like 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it since then,
Nice.
basically. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're playing bass and
Yeah.
singing?
Yeah.
Okay. When did the
And-
bass come
Yeah,
into the mix?
bass picked up like what? Like a year and a half ago?
Dude, that literally was like right after we met. Like,
Yeah.
It was like right
I was
after
like,
we
I
met.
kind of want to get into bass, and that wasn't a plan for me to like play bass in the band at all.
I forget about that. Was like
Yeah.
BC era, like when we had just met, and that was crazy. I was literally just thinking about that. That was like
Yeah.
I was like, wait, because I was there when you bought the bass, and I was like,
Yeah.
wait, this is just that was crazy to me.
And I play guitar a little bit, so it wasn't too.
So did you get a bass because he was playing guitar?
You know what?
Pretty much.
Just questions. Just questions.
But yeah, I honestly, that was something like we never talked about. It just kind of arose that way.
Yeah,
it was
just
so
happened.
funny.
Like
yeah.
she just hit me up. She was like, because like we had jammed a couple times, and
Yeah.
like we were just kind of like switching off. Like I was playing bass,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was honestly even before we like started doing it with Ashley too.
Yeah.
It was just when it was me and her just kind of like jamming out.
And how long were you guys doing that before you guys started
Like
the
2 months.
Like
band?
a week. I would
Yeah,
say it
like-
was like a week or two of just me and her.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was probably a couple months of the three of us, me, Emily, and Ashley.
Yeah.
And then after a few months, we finally found Elliot, and that's when it was like officially like
Nice.
together.
Hell yeah. And how did they find you?
Flyer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we
Close.
auditioned for a drummer, and he rose out
He
of the
just like
ground.
kind of he just spawned.
He just appeared.
spawned in,
He disappeared.
He just like
Yeah.
spawned in like he is now, and he's just kind of like.
It was actually
"What's
in
up?"
this building, the Flyer.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, it was
true.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Nice. You're like, I play drums.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Do you want to play
what
for
it
us?
was.
It's like, maybe. I'll think about
It
it.
was-
Let me hear your music first. Just kidding. Sorry, I'm a joker. Just so you guys know, I'm a joker. So, cool. So, you mentioned Green Day, Elliot. What are your like influences? That
I was raised on like classic rock.
okay.
That's like what I know. The
So
most.
you picked Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's a song I listened to when I was very young,
Respect.
and I was like, "Oh shit."
So you grew up with that shit in your youth.
Yeah,
In
pretty
your
much.
household. Cool. Who else? Like who's your favorite drummer?
My favorite drummer is Mitch Mitchell from Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
And yeah, he's just wild.
Yeah.
I just love listening to those songs just because of him.
Yeah.
Jimmy's cool, but like,
Yeah, no, respect.
Hey,
No,
easy there,
respect.
easy
Hey,
there,
respect.
champ.
Respect.
He's there.
Respect. Hey, he's just speaking his truth, bro. It's all good, dude. I respect that a lot. Who else? Do you play, what style do you play? Like, I mean, other than rock, are you versed in like jazz or
I'm
anything
playing
like that?
jazz here at SDSU right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not that good at it
Okay.
because it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
I like Max Roach for a jazz drummer.
Okay. Where era does he come out of?
He's like, I want to say the bebop era.
Okay. 50s,
Yeah,
60s,
50s,
late
60s.
50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
Dope.
And what other drummer do I like? I like Stuart Copeland
Fuck it.
a lot.
Yeah, jazz style too. Like
Yeah.
rock and roll. Yeah, that's cool. Good. Fuck yeah, that's dope. Ash, what about you? Who like influenced you like
I actually
in
don't
your
really,
style?
I don't really know how to answer this. I kind of just
Well, think
play.
about it.
Like I don't.
You want me to come back to you?
Well,
I'm kidding.
I don't really sure actually.
No, think about it. Like, well, what were you listening to when you first started playing? That like, you know, we've all got our influences. You know.
Yeah,
like,
I'd say well. As of late, I mean, Emily got me into listening to Mama a lot. That's literally all I've been listening to.
To what?
And Mama.
Mama.
They're a
Yeah.
band. They're excellent. They're lovely. They're wonderful.
Mama.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Where are they from?
Yeah.
LA.
LA.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check them out.
Dun.
But what do you like to play? You like to play loud and heavy? What do you like? You know what I mean?
Like everything really.
That's not true.
her-
She's a
no,
little floater.
Okay, okay,
She's-
you, okay. You guys tell me.
She. I feel like when we first started jamming together, like like a lot of indie, like Dominic
Oh,
Fike
oh,
and like
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and like that when we started playing together, she really like. It was such a weird like clash of styles.
Yeah.
Cause like I knew what kind of I liked a lot heavier music, but I didn't know how to write it. I wasn't very good at writing all of it. And I remember Ash when we would start jamming at first, she would have like the craziest just like I thought it was so like the craziest intricate like how do you write this? How do you come up
Ethereal.
with it was so like happy like indie.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And it was like so I don't know how it was so sunny. It was so sunny music.
like riffs or picking.
Yeah.
or,
Like a
picking?
lot of like finger picking. I remember I
Okay.
thought that was crazy too. I was like, how do you do that? And I feel like me and Emily have made you emo.
Yeah.
So emo.
Dope.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Like I feel like
It's a way
she'll-
to be.
I'll feel like I write something and I'm like nothing can get heavier than this. Like no way. And then like she'll come over and just kind of like pick up my guitar and like 30 seconds
I love
later
that
I'll be like
now.
in the kitchen and I'll
Dope.
like run in and I'll be like, what is that? Like how did you just like this is so crazy.
That's cool, man.
I will
that's
say,
fucking cool.
Jaden has put all of us onto like different tunings. I remember in the beginning I was like, oh, I
Very
want to
true.
stay in standard. I don't want to change
Mm.
my standard. I know, but
What are you guys in right now?
A lot of it's like a good mix just between like a lot of drop tunings and
Drop what though? What key?
drop D, drop C sharp.
Yeah,
I've
nice.
been really like
Drop C
I
sharp.
play in drop C.
I've
so,
been
yeah.
we finally entered like drop C territory.
Dope.
And there's been a couple like that are just like open,
Yeah.
like just fun stuff. Like
Fuck yeah.
it's so fun. Like that's like I think the most fun part about like the style of music that we play is we can just like
Yeah.
we can do whatever. Like we can
Experiment.
literally
Yeah.
do whatever and
Yeah, that's
find
it.
a way.
No, that's super cool. That's super cool. Yeah, I play in drop C. I played in drop C since I was a teenager.
Good.
And I'm in my
It's
40s.
good
I'm an
stuff.
old cat, but yeah, one of my favorite bands from San Diego, they're called Fluff. They played in like the late 90s and like once I saw drop C, like I learned from Kurt Cobain first. He taught me and then I was like E flat, what is that? And then I turned E flat and then I learned like D, open, D, and I was just like, oh shit. And then this
Yeah.
band from
Just
San
keep
Diego
winding
Yeah,
it
exactly.
down.
drop C, and
Exactly.
after that I was like, I still play in drop C. I'm like, that's it. That I reached my limit, dude. Like, and I listen to a lot of like prog bands and
yeah.
like metalcore and shit like that. But I can't go lower than that. I'm not gonna go buy a fucking 9-string and shit. It's like,
Drop A.
yeah, exactly. You're gonna play in drop B flat
Oh my
and
God.
fucking dude, nah. Good on them. Good on those guys. It's cool, and I respect a lot.
Fleshwater plays drop B, bro. I don't know how.
That's
That
crazy.
makes so much sense
I don't know
though.
how they make it sound so like not
Damn,
like
drop
hard.
B.
It's so good.
But it doesn't sound like it. That's the
it
crazy
does, yeah,
part.
it doesn't sound like it. But
They
it's
play
so
like
good.
on the
It's-
12th fret.
It's
They're like, yeah,
awesome.
this is drop B.
It's awesome.
Like high on the neck.
Seriously.
That's crazy. With a capo. We're in drop B, capo on the fucking 8th fret, dude. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, whatever.
Wait, no.
Too much theory.
Is that a whammy pedal?
Too much theory. For me.
What about you, Emily? What like style? What artist? What band? Whatever.
Oh, there's so many. There's
Well, when you
many.
so when did rock music like?
Oh
Start?
my God, I have my entire life. Like my dad was super into grunge growing up,
Sweet.
so like, and it was a little bit of classic rock, but I never was too into that. So my dad was mainly like grunge, and then got into modern rock. I feel like too.
Okay.
Like Linkin Park when I was little was huge amongst me and my brother. But yeah, big influence from him. And my mom was all like classical music, so the collision I feel like
Yeah, that's cool.
definitely brought me up.
That's a good mix,
Yeah.
man, for sure, for sure. Can you play classical?
Yeah, I
She knows
actually
everything.
That's dope.
Everything.
That's dope.
yeah, I came to San Diego State to be a vocal performance major here, and so I've done like opera and a lot of art song,
Fuck yeah.
and especially in the San Diego era, which is cool. But yeah, so
Dope.
yeah.
Okay, so why this style that you guys have chosen so far? Like, what? How did that? Was it you? Like,
I think-
influence.
I
or-
think it was kind of like I feel like me and Emily when we first met we kind of like had an idea
Yeah.
and because we had a lot of like shared similar tastes and we were like okay and that was kind of just like the general like basis of what
Yeah.
we wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I think our like style of actually like getting there has really changed a lot over time. Like I think when we first started writing songs together it was a lot like just more like your typical like punk rock.
Sure. Yeah.
And I feel like just because that was like we knew we wanted to be just kind of like loud and sort of like in your face kind of deal, but we didn't know how to like
Yeah.
flesh it out. I think the way we wanted to. So a lot of our early stuff was like punk.
I think we just wanted to like experiment with rock. I don't think that we necessarily wanted to narrow it down too much because we knew we would grow out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a good starting point.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
We just knew we wanted to be like noise. A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah,
noise.
just noise.
A lot
Yeah.
really loud as we
Noise
can be and a lot of
enthusiasts.
noise. Yeah.
I mean,
That
I-
noise rock playlist.
I have to ask because I haven't seen you guys live, and just I only heard the 3 songs, you know, and 2 are pretty scratch, you know. But what is your latest single that's up?
Rotting.
Rotting.
Roddy,
Yeah.
that's a sick song. I like
you,
that. I like
thank
that a
you.
lot. It actually reminds me a lot of stuff that I listen to.
Thank you.
So I hear the grunge and I hear that '90s tinge.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I trip out being a '90s kid. You know, I was here watching shows here, seeing all the local bands, and I've seen bands come in and out of San Diego for a long time. And so I just feel like music is like cyclical, like, and it's so interesting that the younger kids now are touching on things that I was listening to, you know, like 30 years ago
Yeah.
that I grew up on. And it's just like, that's why hearing you guys, and then you guys are giving me like your influential songs. I'm like, okay, cool. I totally get it. Like, same, you know, like, same,
Yeah.
you know, like big time. And that's so cool. But then, you know, I hear all these metal bands because I listen to everything, basically, whatever's good. And new metal is just like coming back and all
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like-
new gays.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard that term the other day. I was like, new gays? I was like,
What
oh
is new
shit.
gays?
These kids are just eating the shit up, dude. Like, and I love it. That's so cool. You know, I respect that because it is, to me, music is limitless. It's infinite. You know what I mean? Sound is
That's
infinite.
going right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sound is infinite.
Yeah.
But it does cycle.
Yeah.
It spins and it comes back and it comes back, you know, like the planets around the sun, all that shit. So it's cool to hear that stuff. But that's why I'm interested in talking to people who play music, who do the shit. Because then I want to know, okay, well, I'm older than you guys, but what do you guys think? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I knew what I thought. I knew what I was thinking then. I know what I think now. So I want to know, you guys are my then. What are you guys thinking now? Basically. And that's kind of the premise of all of this.
Yeah.
In a way, you know, I talk to people my age. I talk to people younger. You know, the youngest musician I've interviewed was a drummer that was 16 years old. I don't know if you guys have heard of New Aesthetic. They're
Oh,
from Children of
yeah,
Aesthetic.
yeah,
The
yeah.
drummer's 16,
Yeah.
Logan. I think his name is Logan. That dude was sick as fuck. I was like, how old are you? It's like, you want a beer? Oh, psych. Never mind. Nope, not going to jail. No, they were cool, and they were cool as fuck. You know, so I'm just so interested in hearing people's stories. You know what I mean? So, what about gear? Let's talk about gear. Elliot, drums. What are you rocking?
In San Diego, I don't have a full kit.
Vito kit.
I only have
pieces.
I only have pieces. I only have a snare and a couple stands.
What do you have? You have a kit though.
Yeah, I have a kit in San Francisco.
What's your kit in San Francisco?
It's a Yamaha Stage Custom.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Dope. How many piece?
It's a 4-piece.
Okay.
And I got 2 crashes and a cowbell.
Bring that here.
Yeah, I know. Is it a big cowbell?
It's a little cowbell. It gets the job done, though.
There you go. Yeah, no, I love gear. I love all gear. So I love drums. I've got friends that are drummers, and I can geek out about, any piece of gear. But drums, I've always wanted to play drums. I suck at drums.
Me too.
But I'm a very percussive guitarist. I'm a rhythm guitarist, and I'm very percussive. So I play guitar like drums, basically. That's how I write my songs and shit, But no, so that's cool. What is your dream kit? What would you love to have?
My dream kit? I really like Yamaha drums.
Okay.
So maybe just a higher end Yamaha kit.
For sure.
I'm not that well versed in drum gear. I'm just now getting into all the different woods and the different brands.
Respect.
He just knows how to play.
Put a custom with our faces.
Give me some
on
tubs.
He just knows how to play. He'll play anything.
Just give me some wood and some
pots
tubs.
and pans.
Anytime, anywhere. He'll just play.
What about you, Jaden? What are you rocking right now?
Right now, lately I've been running 2 guitars. So I have a black G&L Strat.
Okay.
And that's been what I've been playing a lot of drop C.
Okay.
And a lot of the alternate tunings in. And
Okay.
then the main one though is J Maskus Jazz Master.
All right, check it out.
I'm a total offset.
Just so you know, dude. It says gear, jazzy's all day.
I'm a total offset.
I'm a jazz master fool, dude.
I'm a total
respect.
offset fan. I really want to get just one of these. Eventually, I'm gonna have a massive collect. I want all the Jazz Masters, all the Jaguars.
Yeah.
But I think the J Maskus is the. It's the best. I've only had 3 guitars, but
It's a good.
It's
fucking
the
guitar.
best guitar.
I want one. I haven't bought one, but I
will
want
geek out over that kind of gear all day.
You got to see my jazz.
I want to.
I have two Japanese.
The
custom,
Japanese ones are sick,
dude. They're so. I literally have the best guitar in the world.
It doesn't get better than Jazz Masters. They are the best guitar. And then I like running orange. I have an orange. I think it's 120.
Dope.
Yeah, 120.
Yeah.
Cab is just an Ampeg cab. I'm gonna get a Marshall eventually.
For sure.
And then pedals, too many. Too many, but not enough.
Nice.
Also.
But you keep it loose analog pedals. You don't go digital.
No, never.
Are you considering it, or you're just?
Nah, maybe when my back gets. When I throw out my back or something, eventually I'll start getting I'll start digitizing shit, so it's less stuff to carry. But
for sure.
I think there's just something about.
No, you're still young. You got a strong back.
It.
Trust me.
And I
been
think
there,
there's
done
just
that.
something about actually having it in front of you. For me, it just even if it doesn't really change the sound, whether it's digital or what, I think it does, and it just it makes. I want it up there when I'm performing.
For sure.
You know.
No, I've gone back and forth so many times. And I mean, I love pedals more than digital gear. Digital's easy, but pedals are just.
It's the tried and true method.
What's easy, always good.
And what's super cool is all the boutique pedals now. You can make it look pretty in a way, and that trips me out too, man. You're just fuck. Now I gotta buy that one, and I gotta buy that one.
The list is endless, but
crazy.
the list is endless.
But it's awesome, and I'm appreciative of all.
And getting Ashley hooked on pedals and stuff too is the best thing ever.
All right, Ash. What are you rocking over there, girl? What you got?
Currently, I have an Epiphone SG.
Okay.
I started though with it was a Fender Player Series Stratocaster.
Okay, cool.
This really cool pink guitar.
Yeah.
And the E string broke. Actually, just yesterday I went to Guitar Center and got new strings. 'Cause
Oh,
I've
nice.
been putting it off for the longest time. Hoping to bring it back
We're
because
trying
it sounds
to,
so
we want to
good.
have a lot of guitars in rotation on
Pretty
the Sonic
much,
Youth
yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, but the Epiphone is really nice. I bought it without knowing that much about it.
Yeah.
Because that one uses like humbuckers instead of like the
Yeah.
single coil on
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Stratocaster. But
For sure.
super cool. I got a new amp like a month ago.
What'd you
It
get?
was like it's a Twin Reverb
Dope.
65, I think.
Should get special.
Yeah,
Right?
it's super nice, super heavy.
It's a combo,
I-
right? 2x12?
Tube.
Tube,
Oh, yeah.
2x12.
2x12, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That was coming from a Boss Katana, like super small,
Yeah.
30-pound little amp.
Makes a difference, right?
It does.
Yeah.
I still love that amp.
Every show
yeah,
gets
but, like,
louder. Every
Yeah.
show gets a
It's-
lot
yeah.
louder.
That's cool. That's
yeah,
so cool.
it's cool. And then pedals. My favorite pedal is my reverb pedal. It's
Don't
the
leak, bro.
it's like
Gatekeeps already.
it's the moon pedal.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
all I'll say
yeah.
about that.
The
but
moon pedal.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
It takes you to the moon. All right, Emily, what you got?
I got your standard Fender P bass,
Nice.
but I love her dearly, and she's beautiful. I just play her series too. But and then I've got it's my Rocket 150 bass amp, and
Ampeg.
I love that thing so much more than the
What is a rocket?
Ampeg,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. But sorry, oops.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm asking. It's just for me to know.
But I also like. I'm glad you guys got me into pedals as a bass player because it's oh my god the difference is wonderful. Like I just want the grimiest, muddiest bass I could have, and I've been also messing with like my flanger pedal recently, and just like I have like a wah of muddy sound and it's beautiful. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
I love it.
that's sick. Especially with a P bass.
Yeah.
This is gonna be mud.
Yes,
Mud honey. Ah.
mud honey.
Ah.
I like that.
No, that's cool. That's a band. You know, you've never heard of Mud honey.
I do know.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Duh. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna cut that out. Let me mark it real quick. Hold on. Cool. Yeah, no, I love gear. I don't play much guitar anymore because did I send you my solo project that I'm working on? I didn't send it. Okay,
No.
I'll show you guys just so you can check it out. Just because I
Please
gotta
do,
plug
please
my
do.
shit.
Put it on, put it on.
Devotee. It's on all platforms, streaming platforms. Devotee.
Stream it.
Beautiful Ghost. Anyway, no, but I mean, I just don't. I haven't played in a band in probably like 3 years. It was the last time I played a live show, and I just haven't really felt the itch. I kind of just want to write more shit now, you know what I mean? And so I've been kind of focusing on like writing. I've been in bands where it was a 3-piece forever, so I was always singing and playing guitar at the same time.
Yeah.
And I just was like, this last show that I played and I stopped playing, I was like, I want to just take a break and just focus on writing guitar parts and vocal parts, not at the same time, you know, and luckily I've got a good friend that was playing drums in that band and he does full production. And so I write the guitar parts, I sing, and then he does the bass and the drums and does all the production. He produces it all, and engineers it and mixes it. And it just sounds fucking cool. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like I want to just do that right now. You know, I'm older. I'm doing this. This is fun. You know, I get to like interact with you guys, things like that. It's super cool. Do I miss playing live? Not so much. I would rather just throw shit out and stream, like.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been playing for a long time. But right now, it's a cool time with technology and social media, and so I want to ask you guys about that. How crucial is social media to what you guys are doing right now? Like, is it necessary completely? Is it still old school flyers on the wall? Is it just posting? What is the mix? What works?
I would say, unfortunately, social media is everything. Social media is how you create your brand, how you can kind of curate how serious you are about being an artist.
Yeah.
I will say in like high traffic walking areas, flyers are fun and
We
helpful.
still flyer a lot.
Yeah, like on
that really
campus,
does, yeah, like
that's helpful.
But is it like a nostalgic thing, or is it like
it's more
helps.
like, yeah.
I think it really
eye
does.
catching?
I think
mean, it
really
helped on
does
me.
help. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's
Oh,
true. Exactly.
True.
That's how we got
True.
him. And
But
it's-
yeah, that wouldn't work for everyone though. I think because we're so lucky that this campus is busy and there's always people walking around
Yeah.
and looking for things to do.
For
but
sure.
when we're like playing like a venue show or something, like if we're
Yeah, I'm
playing
not gonna
downtown, we
flyer for
don't
that.
flyer as
Yeah.
much. It's like social media is the word to mouth.
Yeah.
It's just how it is nowadays. And I feel like we kind of have our take on it to make it as authentic feeling as we can. We try to do things a certain way. Because I feel like you really can tell a difference when you're just kind of throwing stuff out there, like throwing it into the void, just kind of hoping somebody sees it, or versus having like an actual intent, and you kind of can tell you put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
And it that being said, all being for like a 15-second clip or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a hard balance, but trying to put like our own mark on how we do it too is a big thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you guys are still pretty fresh. I mean, as a band, so it's kind of just the beginnings.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Always thinking about our footprint, what we're
Digital.
leaving behind.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
And I feel like it's definitely like the fact that we haven't been playing too long, but we've been pretty active kind of shows like it does help. Like what we've been trying to do, it has been, it's like showing us like some progress. Like, okay, that we are so young and have been able to be so lucky as to be as active as we are.
Do you guys play around here a lot, or
Yeah.
what's
Yeah,
around
definitely.
here? Like, are there
House shows.
A lot of house
People's
shows and
backyards.
people's backyards, but
Is there a cafe still there over across the street from 7-Eleven? Because I played there.
no.
What?
Yeah, right. So where
What?
7-Eleven is, right down Montezuma, like all the way at the end.
Uh-huh.
There's a 7-Eleven. There used to be
Wow.
a cafe right across the street.
What? Yeah.
Like where the Ralph's is, or
No, I think he's talking about like
Is it Montezuma?
where
Yeah.
Montezuma and College.
Like at the very end of the street, and then
There's-
there's a 7-Eleven.
there's
right
one
Oh
on the
yes,
right.
yes,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
that cafe.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then there's a cafe like right across
Yeah.
No way.
the little
That's
street.
sick.
That's cool. That'd be a cool spot.
I wish
Yeah,
there
I
was a
played
lot
that.
smaller, like how like the Che Cafe or Humble
Oh,
Heart.
the
They're
Shea
in like
Cafe's
different
the
parts
shit.
of town.
I played the Shea Cafe.
Yeah,
That shit's
yeah,
been
yeah.
around for
it's,
fucking
It's
ever,
awesome. I wish
ever.
there was something like that in this area,
Yeah.
but I
For
think
sure.
the house shows, like, especially as of late.
Yeah.
Okay, the production for house shows recently though isn't like a house show.
Yeah.
Show.
What do you mean?
Well, we are lucky to be friends with some awesome people that have created like production companies or booking companies on their own or even their own label, and
Okay.
like they'll have a sound guy there beforehand. We'll
Oh,
be
shit,
sound
like
there'll be
that.
on lights in the
Yeah.
stage.
Wow.
It's
It's not just like
The
going.
mics.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
The
It's
drums
not
are
just,
mic'd
Yeah.
up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not just like going into a random backyard.
Right.
Like sometimes it still
like,
might
oh,
be.
can I
but,
DI the synth? Like,
Yeah, but a lot of it, there's like
Wow,
a
that's
lot of
crazy.
setup and a lot of
That's
production
crazy.
value put into like these shows, and it shows in like the product. The show.
Yeah.
So it's a house show because it's in a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically, that's it.
That's it.
It's
yeah.
not a backyard show.
Yeah,
It's a house show.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
yeah, they do
Wow.
a great job with it, and I think like I don't know, it draws a crowd in a different way because like people are posting that, and it's like, where are you? And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, Tiffany's backyard.
Yeah,
like,
like
what?
you're getting 300 people in a backyard like moshing like crazy.
That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
and it's just right, like it could be your neighbor or something like
Yeah.
that, and you don't even know. But it's definitely been something that we've seen grow like crazy
Yeah.
the past couple of years too.
What's the biggest show you guys have played so far?
I don't
Probably
know.
Soma.
You think Soma?
Oh, you guys played Soma?
We did.
Side
That's
stage?
probably
Side
Yeah.
stage,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
a
I
show.
think the Rue show. Do you think that might have been the biggest house
Yeah,
show?
because
That was
low-key-
yeah.
That was packed.
We played a house. I think the biggest house show we played was with Vito. Vito was there, yeah. Vito,
Vito,
Rue,
really.
12 Gauge. Shout out all those bands. They're the homies. They're
Shout
awesome.
out.
They're the fucking best.
We love-
And that was like a couple, like 200-300 people, just all in this big backyard,
and
packed
going in and out too.
Going in
like,
and out. There was
people
so-
kept coming in and
there
like it
was
was
so
like
many
a wave.
people.
Yeah.
And and it's fun because they always like mosh as hard as if they were like at a venue or
That's
something
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
So you can tell it really means a lot to them too.
Fuck it. And then that hypes you up, right?
Yeah.
You're just like,
Exactly,
fuck
yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Kill each other. Let's go.
Exactly.
Not really. Just kidding.
Exactly.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, our crowd's cool. They always pick each other up. Like that's the awesome part
Yeah.
about like Vito 12, all those bands. Like we all have like a kind of like cross contamination of fans.
Yeah.
Shout
And
out Lil
it's all-
Maui.
Yeah.
Shout
Shout out
out
all the
Lil
little
Maui.
homies, bro. It's all like a big community, and like everybody always like recognizes each other, and it's always super fun. It's like
Yeah.
really culminates like at these like house shows.
So, were you guys aware of a scene before you guys actually
Oh,
started
yeah.
playing? So you guys were already like had an in a way, or like
I-
maybe coming here and going to school here, or what? Like what? How does that branch out? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that we had an in whatsoever, actually, but I would say that we knew of the scene. I've been going to shows since I got here, and
How long was that?
like my freshman year, so that would have been like 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, and we started it in 2020. 2023. Wait, am I done?
4.
When did we start?
4.
You guys-
Oh, well, we started like hanging out though in 2023, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
end of
yeah,
2023.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyways, and the scene was different. Like I feel like it's changed now, and I'm so
Already?
happy for that.
I feel
Yes.
like, yeah, because
Okay.
I
In what ways?
I moved here in 2023.
Okay.
And so I kind of came here just like fresh, not knowing anything. All I knew is I like wanted to, because I come from the Central Valley. So
Yeah.
at the time, there is now a scene. So shout out them. But at the time,
There
when I was
wasn't
moving,
shit going on.
there wasn't shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And so when I moved out there, I knew I wanted to like try and find something like that.
Yeah.
And when I started going to shows, I remember it just being, the music was a lot. It was a lot more like surf, indie rock.
A lot of
like,
surf punk, a lot
Here?
of indie rock.
a lot.
Okay.
I think it was like coming out of that like 2020 era where people were like,
Bedroom pop
yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
And it was a lot.
I know
and,
what you're talking about.
And yeah, and it was like, those were the kind of vibe I feel like it shows. And I think eventually, like that was like 2023 when I got here. And I
Yeah.
feel like going into 2024 and like going on and on, this area, like shout out Vito, they're really like the ones, I feel like.
Dope.
With
The
them
ones.
and then all those other bands and us, a lot more heavier music. And I think
Fuck yeah.
that's a really like dominant sound now in general.
Yeah.
It's a lot of heavy guitar music is
What do you mean by heavy? How? What do you mean?
like, I mean like
Like
just
I mentioned,
loud,
like
just loud
shoegaze is
music,
kind
like
of like okay.
double distortion pedals, things like that, just
Okay.
loud, a lot of
Yeah.
feedback, a lot of heavy guitars, like 2 guitar, 3
Dope.
guitar bands. And I feel like that's a sound now that's super popular in general, especially in this area.
Dope.
A lot more than it was like 2 years ago even.
That's so cool. I love
yeah,
that.
I guess just not like clean guitar in that sense. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
no more clean guitar.
loud.
No,
Yeah.
Try to
yeah,
get-
yeah.
try
No,
to get the-
I'm right there with y'all. Just loud as fuck.
Exactly,
Let's go.
exactly. I
I'm
feel like
all
every
about
time
that
I feel
shit.
like every time we play, specifically a house show, I'm like trying to get a noise, like I want to get a noise complaint or something. Like I want the cops to show up and be like, turn it off.
They're just too
Fucking-
damn
yeah,
loud.
just
You're like,
so I-
yes.
Exactly.
Tally it off.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. What's your badge number? I'm sending you flowers.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah. No, that's cool. That's super cool. So okay, because like I said, I keep bringing up the shoegaze thing, you know, and interviewing Distressor and just seeing bands. Well, a friend of mine. So I started this podcast a year ago. It's been last January, literally last January I started. So it's been a year and a couple months. And it kind of started because a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, took me to a show. He practices at a place in Santee. What is it called? Precision Sound or something like this? I don't know what it's called. Anyway,
Yeah.
but I've practiced there. Like it's been there forever. But he's like, oh, there's this band of young dudes that every time I go and hang out, they hang out. And it's a band called Jewelry Girl. If you guys know
Oh,
Jewelry
yeah,
Girl.
yeah.
Yeah, and then like, you know, they're homies with Homeview and
Okay, yeah,
you know,
yeah. Hey, rest in
R.I.P.
peace, Homeview.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Homeview.
Yeah, I interviewed them, and so he took me to a show at Soma, and it was Jewelry Girl. It was who else was it? Anyways, it was those guys, and then like I went and hung. He's like, "Come on, let's go kick it in the parking lot." And we were just hanging out in the parking lot. And I was talking to all these young cats, you know, and I'm just like, "What's going on?" You know, and I was like, "Dude, you guys are sick." And then I interviewed them, and I've interviewed a couple different bands, and so like I said, I'll go through the Soma flyers, I'll go through the Casbah flyers, and just see who's playing, what's going on, and then I connect. You know, I try to connect as much as I can. And I agree with what you're saying. Like, it's kind of heading in the heavy direction, you know? And I mean, you can find anything in a way, you know, but San Diego has always been this kind of like a melting pot in a way, you know? But there's some styles that stick out more than others at certain points for whatever reason, I don't know. And that's why I ask you about like, who you guys connected with or how to, you know what I mean? Like what's the scene right now? I don't think there's ever been a real scene. You know, when I was listening in the late 90s, there was a scene, it was all like indie bands. But there was some heavy shit in the middle of all of it, you know, and it wasn't all grunge. Like they were calling San Diego the next Seattle, you know, when Seattle was grunge, they were saying San Diego was next. And it was like fucking Unwritten Law and fucking all those bands, you know. And then I knew one of the guys from fucking Bucko 9 and all these old school Sprung Monkey and all these fucking old school bands. And so that's what I grew up with. But it was all different. There was no just one style that was like, You know, and that's when ska was big, dude. And I love
boy.
ska. Like
Yeah.
I fucking love ska.
Yeah.
You know? I love reggae music, period. But it was cool. It was a cool time, you know. There's some good bands and there's some shit bands, you know, and that's every style. But so that's why I asked, just like what's going on right now, and it just seems it's kind of the same fucking melting pot. That's
I feel
there's
like
some shit
especially-
going on, you know.
Especially like in San Diego as a whole, not just like the San Diego State scene, like that has its
Yeah.
own little music culture, but San Diego as a whole has amazing bands right now, especially like heavier, like the shoegaze style bands.
Yeah.
Like you said Homeview, rest in peace Homeview, but like
Yeah.
Blossom,
Yeah,
Sledges.
Blossom
Blue
Sick.
World, Sledges,
Sledges
all,
is
like,
fucking sick.
Sparkler. Sparkler's one of my favorites.
Yep.
They're fucking
I've
sick.
hit them
Big
up
Blue
there and gone
World.
back.
They're all fucking sick, and
Dope.
it's like they're everywhere you go in San Diego, and you can go to a different venue, whether it's like Tower Bar or Soma or like any random place, and there's a lot of like these heavy shoegaze bands
Yeah.
or just heavy guitar rock, and it's so awesome to see because there's just like so much diversity of
Yeah.
music and sound around here.
I feel like that's a big, I don't know. I don't want to say it's dominant, but a lot of what I'm seeing, like you said, hearing Sledges and hearing those guys and it Blossom and them, just kind of like, whoa, this is kind of not the trend, but there's a lot more people kind of into that and
I
kind
would
of
definitely
spreading
say
that
so,
word.
Yeah, I think
Shoegaze epidemic.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
exactly.
think you can say trend, and you know maybe not, and like you say that, and like there's like negative connotation, but like I think it's like it is a trend. Like it's
Sure.
coming, more people are seeing it, and it's resonating with more people. That's why it's getting more popular, and like that's always a cool thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Especially from like making it.
Yeah.
It's like more people. You want people to be able to reach your music, and
For
it's
sure.
it's
Yeah.
really cool to see it kind of come around and come
Yeah.
full circle like that.
Yeah, it's bouncing back, you know, and that's cool. And I love that. And I didn't grow up with shoegaze. Like, I mean, Deftones was as shoegazy as I got, you know, until I got into like Def Heaven and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's not even shoegaze, but that's like
That's the other, I feel like, thing that fuels the fire so much is that everybody argues over it. Everybody's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
"Oh, this
yeah.
is shoot. This
This
isn't
is shoegaze,
this
this
isn't-
isn't
stop
shoegaze."
like-
my Bloody Valentine, I guess they
Yeah,
say, is, and
everyone-
I never
it's
got
like-
into them, but I was just like, I've heard them. I'm like, yeah, I've heard of them. They're like, no,
Everybody,
they're the ones. That all right, well, fuck, whatever.
everybody has such
I
strong
like Deftones,
opinions.
so-
Yeah, exactly. Everyone has such strong opinions. It's like a hate comment is still a comment that's gonna
Sure.
push your shit out to more people. It's like
For sure.
everybody's arguing it. It's only bringing more attention to it.
I mean, the whole thing with shoegaze, like, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it is a sound, of course, but like, literally, the term is like shoegaze. It's mean like you have so many pedals. You
Exactly,
have so
you're
much,
looking at your
the whole
feet
thing
the
is
whole
like
time.
it's supposed to be
Exactly.
experimental,
And that's
fuzzy
cool, too.
rock. Like that's just like what it is.
Yeah.
So that can sound in so many different ways and be interpreted in so many different ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like
So, like,
that
I don't
there's the
know,
argument.
it's
Just like
cool.
grunge.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is grunge?
What do you mean?
I like that there's an argument. Like
Yeah.
you can just say whatever and be like, no, it's this for this reason. I think it's fun. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
just really fun.
For sure.
It's more fun to like. I feel like identify the subgenre of the subgenre. It's so.
Right.
Oh my
Everybody
God, I
has
can
to have
argue
a
about
niche
that.
nowadays.
Yeah,
and
that's
yeah,
the best.
we're all
Nice.
victim to it.
Nice. All right, we're gonna get into the music right now, but first I want to ask. It's the last fucking. I always write just random. Just like, I meditate, pray to the universe, and I'm like, give me something. And the last little note I made, it was dreams for the future. What do you guys foresee for what you guys are doing? And I know you guys are fresh. I mean, you guys have been involved in music for a while, but what do you, as far as what's going on now, what the things we've been talking about, what do you guys see as happening? Is there anything like, do you feel like, oh, this
What do
is,
you
I'm not gonna say like, oh, we're gonna be in this band forever, we're gonna fucking make it. None of that
superstars.
None of that shit. None of that shit. That gets no play on my fucking airwaves.
Yeah.
But I just mean like what you guys are feeling right now. Are you guys excited? Like, you know what I mean? Like what's every single one of you, I want to hear what you guys have to say. So Elliot, what do you got to say about that? Dreams for the future. It doesn't have to be all serious and shit. It doesn't have to be emo, bro. Call me her back, dude. Call me her back. You don't have to come on.
I don't know what dreams I have.
Same.
I knew it was
Same.
Oh.
Same.
I guess just playing more shows.
Cool.
Like I like playing shows. I like playing at big venues,
Fuck yeah.
and just keep doing that. I want to play at all the venues in San
Ever.
Diego.
All the things ever.
I want to go to every single one, and I want to go to LA
Dope.
which we might do
Hopefully.
at the summer.
Do it.
Hopefully.
We'll see what happens.
Fuck it.
And yeah,
Cool. Jaden?
I would say along the same point. I mean, this is when I moved to San Diego, I knew this was something I really wanted to try and pursue, and it's the fact that we've like done as much as we have in just a little over a year that we've been together is awesome. Like, I just want to keep doing it.
Cool.
Whatever I got to do to just keep being able to make music. Like, these dudes are my like best friends ever. Like, these dudes are family to me, you know what I mean? And so whatever to like keep making music, playing shows, that's the goal, I think. That's
Respect.
the dream.
That's cool.
That's beautiful.
Real shit. Real shit. I'm tapped
Ash,
in.
Miss Ash, what you got
Man,
to say?
I mean, we've only been a band for like a year now, but I feel like each and every one of us has like grown in different ways.
Cool.
And that's just something I think I'm excited to see. And another thing is just like recording's really expensive, but I really just want to get our music out there, like every single one of our songs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just like demos,
Yeah.
just to have. I just want to like listen to it because we practice, and we hear it then, but it's like
Yeah.
we don't have anything recorded where we can like listen back into
For sure.
it. But
Big goal for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Big goal.
Miss Emily?
I'm just having so much fun with the entire project of Misfire. Like, beyond the music and, like, beyond even us, just, like, being able to market ourselves, create something for ourselves. I think it's just super fun. And that's also, like, what I'm personally trying to pursue as a career through school. So, like, this is not only fun as, like, I love these guys and they're talented and I'm proud of them, but it's also like, oh my God, I'm so excited to just keep doing this no matter if it's for us or for someone else. Yeah, you heard me.
I quit.
But I don't know. It's just fun. It's just fun to grow with these guys. I'm excited to see where it goes, but I can't hold any type of heavy expectation because otherwise it will run away from me.
Right?
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
grow where we go.
No expectations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For the love of the game.
Put in the work
love of
and
the
see what
game.
happens, man. Respect. No, I agree 100%. That's cool. All right, cool. So let's get into the music. So I always ask the artists that I interview, give me some influential songs. Jaden, you picked Christie Road, right? Green
I
Day?
did, yeah,
Obviously,
I did.
you're a big Green Day fan. Yeah. What's your favorite Green Day album? You better say Dookie.
Dookie. It's
Fuck
Dookie,
yeah,
I was.
I'm just kidding.
I would say like all time, my biggest influence, like all time, Dinosaur Jr., Jay Mascis.
Respect.
All like that's like the shit that will always be the shit, my
Cool.
shit.
Yeah.
But Green Day was really like the band that got me into all this, and especially those first like 3 Green Day albums. It was like, I don't know, like my like teenage self, like 18, just graduated. It was like I really resonated with that at the time, and especially the song Christie Road, just because it was like. It reminded me of living in the Central Valley, like that's where I'm from. Super boring, super just I wanting to like get out of there, go do something, and it was just I was thinking about picking something off Dookie, but I was like, nah, I gotta like go a little more deep cut. I was like,
No,
I gotta
that's all
go a little
good.
more
That's
deep
what
cut.
you want, yeah.
And yeah, Green Day was one of the first bands that was like a big sound to me, where I really started thinking about like
For sure.
actual like, oh wow, performing looks really awesome. Like seeing all their old videos and stuff,
Yeah.
and yeah, that song was I think just the one that kind of like hit me the hardest and stayed with me.
Dope. The craziest thing is they played here in 94, 95. There was a Lollapalooza that happened here. And it was literally down the amphitheater at the bottom.
Oh my
and it
God.
was all grass down there. And my brother brought me. And first band we saw that was playing was fucking Green Day. And they were playing She, dude. And She is my
great song.
fucking
Great
jam.
song. Yeah, great song.
But it was when I saw them playing, I was like, I love that fucking song.
exactly. It was
That's
the same thing.
the jam, bro. So I saw them. They opened the motherfucker, and I was just. So that was when they first started. I was just like, dude, that shit's fucking.
Yeah,
dope.
Billy Joe is like the one
And
of
I
the
went and bought
greatest
Dookie. I
performers.
was like, dude, Dookie's the shit, dude. I love that album so much.
Dookie's the
Dookie's the shit. Dookie is the shit.
Welcome to paradise.
Exactly.
Dude, that's the shit.
That whole thing was
Telling
like
you.
really what like kind of catapulted and started this whole thing for me.
Yeah, no, I had big influence on me too, man. Like it was crazy. But when I saw them, and I was like, and it was like Beastie Boys, Smashing Pumpkins, fucking Parliament Funkadelic. It was crazy. I was just like, dude, I got to witness some cool ass shit in my fucking youth, man. So that's cool. So, all right, cool. Let's hear it. Green Day, Christie Road. Boom.
Staring out of my window, watching the cars go rolling by. My friends are gone, I've got nothing to do. So I sit here patiently, watching the clock tick so slowly. Gotta get away, yeah, my brains will explode. Give me something to do to kill some time. Take me to that place that I go. Take away the strains of being lonely. Take me to the tracks at Christie Road. See the hills from afar, standing on my beat up gun. The sun went down and the night fills the sky. Now I feel like me once again, as the train comes a-rolling in. Smoke my boredom gone, slap my brains out so wide. Give me something to do to kill some time. Take me to that place that I go. Take away the strains of being lonely. Take me to the tracks at Christie Road.
Nice. We'll hear this part. Some Smells Like Teen Spirit right there.
Wait, that's crazy, actually.
In reverse. Cool. So Jaden, why that song, man?
It was just like, I don't know. I think that one was like the most angsty / emotional one that like 18-year-old me, it just resonated with the most.
I feel that.
I think all of those early Green Day albums are really good at that, but like that was just the one. That was just the one.
Yeah. Yeah, with that heavy part right there too. Like I said, that little Smells Like Teen Spirit kind of riffage.
I never thought about that, but it does. Sound
That's
like
what I heard
that's
just right
funny.
now. I was like, oh shit, it kind of sounds, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody invented it, you know?
Exactly. Everything's already been written.
All right, cool.
Right.
So, Elliot picked Iron Man.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Light it up. Let's
Boomer
go.
Elliot in the house.
Boomer Elliot.
That's funny.
Brrr.
Oh my god, I hear this song every day.
It's gonna start soon, trust me.
Has he lost his mind? Can he see or is he blind? Can he walk at all? Or if he moves, will he fall?
that song, man?
I chose Iron Man. Let me tie my shoes.
Because of your shoes?
No, I'm tying my shoes.
Oh, you're tying your shoes.
I can't think and tie my shoe at the same time. I chose Iron Man because I had a lot to choose from, but I only chose that one because I have a core memory from when I was like 9.
Yeah.
And like I had listened to music before, obviously, at that point, but that song just came on in the car. Like I know exactly where we were. We were on O'Shaughnessy Boulevard, driving up. I think my friend was in the car too, and that song came on. And I was just like, "Wow, what's going on?"
Were you high?
I was stoned.
Oh, there you go. All right, fuck it. Makes total sense now. Makes total sense.
That's when 9-year-olds gain consciousness.
Learned empathy.
Yeah.
I think around that time, me and my friends, my other 9-year-old friends, had started a band
Fuck yeah.
because I had like just started playing drums, and I had a friend who like kind of knew guitar.
Yeah.
And like 2 other friends who like knew what instruments were. Like, it was very bare bones.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, that was just like the first time that I was like introduced to the option of becoming a musician. Like, okay, this is something that I could do.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Cool. Good song to start with, man.
I'm
You
not
listen to
gonna-
any Doom shit at all? Or like sludge?
Like
any of
doom
that
metal?
fucking-
No, not really.
No, you should.
I think Black Sabbath's the farthest I got.
Yeah, there's a shitload of bands that sounds exactly like that. I'm just like, all right. They're usually stoner fucking doom bands and shit. I'm like, all right, this shit's slow. All right, cool. No, that's dope. Ash, you picked Smashing Pumpkins, right?
I did.
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I assumed that.
Yeah. That's right.
One of my favorite all-time albums for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I have the
Fucking
CD.
Siamese Dream. Okay, what's your favorite Pumpkins album?
Oh, it's probably gonna be Melancholy and this. Why can't I think of the full name? Sadness.
Yeah, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
Yeah, Infinite Sadness.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's my favorite album. I mean, mind you, it's long.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 albums, basically.
Yeah. But and my favorite song, honestly, of theirs is "To Forgive," but Smashing Pumpkins has just been huge for me, especially in high school.
Yeah.
Them and Silver Sun Pickups was what I had to choose
Dope.
between.
Fuck yeah.
But like, yeah, that was like when my brother first started gigging with his bands and
Yeah.
stuff, and I was like, and like being in the back seat of that car, I was like, yeah. And like I said, like Big Bro does it, I do it. So like,
No,
yeah.
that's cool. That's super cool. Super cool. Well, you picked Today. Let's go. Today. Today is that day. Sing to me, Billy. Sing. Dude, Billy Corgan is a tone fucking master. gotta hear the next part. I mean, fuck.
One more time.
One more time, let's go.
This right here.
Yeah. Today is the greatest day.
Today is the greatest. I also have like a core memory with that song. Like same with Elliot, where it was like, I went to high school in Minnesota, so it was like super snowy.
So
and
you were
gross.
born in Texas and you went to school in
I was
Minnesota?
born in the Bay Area. I moved to
Oh, damn, you've been-
Texas,
all right.
and then I moved to Minnesota, and
All
then
right.
back to Texas, and then to San Diego.
Cool.
Welcome
Welcome
but
back.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here. But it was like when my brother first learned how to drive, and it was like snowy roads, and we like had the windows down, and he was like playing this and like a bunch of Red Hot Chili Peppers songs too and everything. And it was like the first time that we were both free in a car, I feel like. And it was just like snowy with the windows
Like your
down, and it
hands
was
out.
like, let's fuck, yeah, it was awesome. And like, I don't
Flying,
know.
man, we're flying.
And I feel like especially in middle school, I feel like you don't choose the music you listen to. It's you kind of just like, you're literally grazing with the pack. Like
Yeah.
it's, you just want to fit in. And
like
then
that.
as soon as I feel like it was like, I was cool enough for my brother to hang out with me again.
Yeah.
That's when I also got cool enough to be myself. So I don't know. I don't know. But
No,
yeah.
respect. I get exactly what you're saying. I feel the exact same way. I lived under my brother's shadow in a way. But so the reason I started playing guitar is because my brother was in college and I was in high school, and he started taking like guitar lessons in college, and he had a guitar, and he only took it for a little while, but then I started picking up the guitar and
Yeah.
I started playing, and I was like playing better than him, and I started writing my own songs, and I think he kind of gave up. I was like, oh, so it's my guitar now? All right, cool, respect, dude. I'll take it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Me
you.
with his
Thank you
guitar
for your
and
guitar.
amp here. Yeah.
It's like, hey, sorry, man. Sorry. It's not for everybody. All right, cool. So Miss Ash picked Clairo? Clairo?
Clara.
Sorry, it's spelled like Cairo with an L, so I say Clairo. I don't know who Clairo is. Who is this person?
She's a wonderful person.
Cool.
Yeah. She her genre has kind of changed over the years. She started off as very like bedroom indie pop kind of,
Yeah.
and now she's kind of like, I want to say almost like neo.
Like neo jazz.
Yeah,
probably.
neo
You know,
jazz.
soul a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
Okay.
interesting.
Cool.
But
All
I'm
right.
a big fan of her Immunity album
Okay.
for sure.
Dope.
But that's where this song is off of.
Dope. Clairo, Bags. Let's go.
Oh my god. Somebody covered this next song.
Every second counts. I don't wanna talk to you anymore. All these little games, you can call me by the name I gave you. You're still I'm not the type to run. I know that we're having fun, but what's the rush? Kissing you, my cheeks are so flushed.
That's a cool fucking song. I like that song. I like her style. So does she write all the music? What does she do? Is she just a vocalist?
She's everything. Pretty
She
much.
produces it all? And-
She doesn't produce it, but she writes everything. Comes
Okay.
up with like the.
No, I dig her style. That's super cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like indie, like.
Our little softy Ash over there.
No, that's
Mama
cool.
bear.
No, I dig it. And like, because of what you guys are already doing, are you gonna start incorporating that kind of?
I feel like we kind of have. I
Okay.
feel like that's something that's really cool. Is like, because I don't listen to a lot of like Claro and like artists like that, but now
Sure.
like. Now I like go, but obviously because of them, like I like we all kind of influence each other, and
Yeah,
so
of course.
when I listen to like even songs like that, I can kind of like hear our own like how we take from it in kind
Yeah.
of our own way and like ramp it up a little bit, but it's
For
all the
sure.
same kind of like feel like vibes, you know.
And
It's
that's
all
cool.
the-
No,
it's all the
that's cool.
same kind of like
Yeah.
vibes, but in our own kind of way, and so yeah.
And and it's funny because just in my observation, just sitting here talking and seeing you guys are all different personalities, and I think that's a big point in making music, is to a little piece of everybody in every song. You know what I mean? In some fashion, some way, like I believe in collaboration. I believe in progression. Like music is supposed to be collaborative and progressive. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I feel like we
100%,
it's fun when we just make anything in general because we all put like our own, like one person will have one idea for something and then we all go all in with our own kind of
Yeah.
different influences and ideas and make it all, and seeing it come together after doing all that is like so fun and rewarding.
That's dope. Dope. Cool. Right on. No, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, cool. So let's get to your music. Okay. So I got the first song I'm going to play is Skyflyer.
Yes.
You want to say anything before or you want to wait till after? What do you want to say? Actually, let's talk about it before and then we'll play the song.
Okay,
What is
yeah, no, I
what
feel
is
like it's a good
Skyflyer?
preface.
What is it?
I feel like
You want to talk about how you made it?
yeah, go
literally
ahead. Whatever
it was,
you want to say.
I had
whatever.
finally gotten an offset. I had gotten a different jazz master before the one, and it was just like finally being able to play with the whammy bar. That's literally what this song was just jamming. It was just
Yeah.
it was just a big like it was
Are you
just
doing
a
dives
jam.
and she's like,
It was just a jam at practice and just finding a cool set of chords exactly with the and then strumming with the whammy bar, and it was literally just like a jam. Like I feel like it was like a true like jam song, really.
Yeah.
Like we just came up
Crazy.
with it at a practice session, and I feel like it was a part of like the demo that we have, and I feel like it was a first part of like songs that we started to write that we kind of knew were going in the right direction, and
Yeah.
like when we look back at them now, we're like, but like the
Yeah.
vision,
For sure.
the vision was there, and that's what's cool about them.
Yeah.
Songs that planted a seed.
The
yeah. And this was
ideas.
also like the first song where I was like, please let me put synth on it. Please let me put synth.
Yeah,
Please,
yeah,
wait, no,
yeah, yeah.
we should put synth on this.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
they
It
finally
was-
let me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. So this is Misfire, Skyflyer. Let's go. Noise. Just kidding.
Can you say demo?
Demo.
Who came up with the
Demo.
name for Skyflyer? That's a good name.
Yeah. Who came up with the name for Skyflyer?
Yo.
That's a great question.
Who did come up with
Good job, Elliot.
I think I
You're hired.
Was it me?
Was it me?
I don't think it was me.
I think it was me.
Hey, I think it was
Yeah.
you.
I
think it was
just
you.
like I don't know.
Wait,
Like I said,
wait.
it was.
It was Elliot who's like, it should be about sky or something.
Yeah,
I remember you were like,
I
you gave us a
contributed that
buzzword.
much.
Yeah.
I was like,
Flying.
this is
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is about flying
yeah, it
something.
was just like, oh, like it was one of the, like it was literally, like I said, it was a jam song. We just kind of threw words out there until we were like, word A, word B,
Let's go.
put them together. Boom.
It's a cool word.
Yeah, that's how we
Skyfly.
got there. Like literally, yeah.
I mean, it could have been like kite. Like, nah, not cool enough.
Airplane 2.
The return. Anything else about that song? Anything else you want to say about that song?
Not not
That was
really.
fun at house shows. That's really it, though.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
We really want to get like a lot more recorded, just because our stuff is
It's changed.
changed.
For
So
sure.
like as is
Changed.
normal, and we just really want to like get that new sound out. But being able to like revisit these old ones, or like old, but being able to like come back to these is really cool, because it's like, oh, okay, like
Yeah.
I see where
Yeah.
we're at where we want it to be when it
Yeah.
comes to like the
as long as you're
songwriting
not
and
making
whatnot.
this face. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, give us like a couple months. I don't know.
Oh, that song. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Not there yet.
Who picked that song
Not
up?
there yet.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
No, it's all good. No, it's all good. All right, cool. So next up, we've got Anxiety. Let's go.
I arrange myself to function. I choose not to speak at all. Peace I find before the distance for the fall. Colors and constellations mistake my nausea for daydream. Can't speak, and I feel it's hurting, poison truth. Kicking cars, it feels heavy. It's my paranoia comfort, steady swell. My eyes adhere to my daydream.
Noise. Check it. All right, that was Anxiety. What do we got to say about that song?
That was, I think, the first song of ours that like I really liked. Like really, really liked.
And I hated it so
And-
much.
Right.
And it was, I feel like it was also like one of our, it was like the only song that you wrote pretty much the song and just taught it to us.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that was cool. It was like our only song that was ever like that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I feel like we got more used to like less like I'm like bringing something to each other and like this is the song that I have. Let's figure it out instead of like this is the piece that I have. You grow off of it. Like I feel like this was like still in the era of like I'm bringing a chunk to the table. I'm not bringing like I don't know.
Like riffs or
Yeah, like this was a full song I had written and like I was like you guys like down to learn it?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Okay.
yeah.
They're like,
But,
do
like-
we have a choice? Just kidding.
But now it's like bring like 5 seconds of like a riff and it's like, yes, I hear that
Yeah.
and next we'll
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
And it's so much more fun to do that now.
But that was more fresh ideas.
Yeah,
that was
for
just
sure.
That one I feel like was like our first one where we really started like getting the idea of like noise and what being like noisy is and how we can work that into a song. I think
Yeah.
this was kind of like the first like attempt at that, and that's
retaining
why
the feedback.
yeah, and like kind of finding out different things or like different ways to play or whatnot within a song. And I feel like this was kind of like our first experiment, like
jump
first,
off a
yeah,
little bit.
jumping off point for that.
Cool. Dope. All right. Well, this song I actually like a lot. Not to say I didn't like your other songs, but
Yeah,
this song.
no, I agree with
That's
you.
weird.
I agree with you.
I hear what you guys are saying, and I understand. So to hear this song as your latest track, like, I get it, dude. So that's cool, and you guys are, and you got the Bay Bridge right there. Ellie got his little piece. He's like, "Do we have the Bay Bridge?" I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I have no idea. But anyway, I just saw. I was like, San Francisco. There we go. All right, cool. This is Rotting. Let's go.
Slide the skin off my shins. Same old, and after all I did for I love the way you twist my words and put them in my mouth. Amazing how you wash away and can't look at me now. I hate the way you say your name, so I'm writing loud. I make too much of everything until you let me down, down. Still you let me Slide the skin off my shins. Same old, and after all I did for you, for
Fuck yeah. That's a good song.
Oh yeah.
Our baby.
I love those chords on what is chords you're playing, man? They're like
Just literally
those
just drop
stack
beat, yeah,
like
just
power
Yeah.
chords. I
Yeah.
play those same kind of. I don't know what to call them,
The
but
ashes. What's it called? I don't know. The
Harmonics.
chords- yeah, I'm not a guitar. I
that's
don't
all
know
right. Me
nothing.
neither. I
But
just,
yeah.
I pretend I am.
Our baby, love that song.
I love that song. That's a good song. So what do you guys want to say about that song? Actually, hold on. Miss Ash, you're first, bro, because you haven't said anything.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
let's go. You talk. Let's go.
Yeah,
Express
I mean,
yourself.
that song. It's funny because we weren't supposed to record that song initially. We were supposed to record this one song called Perfect Planet. Super cool song. We had like the scratch tracks and everything.
Yeah.
And our producer Jackson Hunter, we were at his house, and I think Jaden was just playing around, and Jackson like ran upstairs, and he's like, "What was that? What were you just playing?"
Nice.
And
They
then,
switched up on me.
Like, yeah,
I wasn't there that day.
yeah,
I was practicing the song that we were gonna record, and then
Elliot's like, what the fuck's going on?
and then I'm about to go to sleep, and I get a Google Drive message,
Oh, that's funny.
new song,
New song, by the way.
and we're recording that in a week, by the way.
FYI, figure this out or you're out of the band.
Yeah, the song like wasn't written at all.
Nope.
And
Oh,
it was
wow.
like, yeah, like Ash was saying, like we had all this time put into this other song we were gonna record, and that
Yeah.
was gonna be the debut single,
Yeah.
and just messing around, literally.
Yeah.
Shout out Jackson Hunter, SDS, all them. They recorded the song, held it down. They're holding it down in the scene right now for us, and. Yeah, it was like the song wasn't written. We just heard like a riff, and we were like, Jackson was like, "We're doing that."
Yeah, he sent me like an acoustic voice memo, and I was like, okay, I'll try and come up with some lyrics. And then I was showing him at that house, and then we were like, that was like, yeah, I just like crawled up the stairs. It was so funny.
Yeah, and it was just like one of those like really like spur of the moment things,
Yeah.
and I feel like it honestly kind of changed the trajectory for us because that
Fuck
was
yeah.
like,
Oh,
it-
we could do that in a week.
yeah, it was like, oh, it was
Yeah.
like Ash's part is still like my favorite part in like all of our music, the lead lines that she comes up with and everything. It was just like, whoa, we did that so fast, and it was sort of like solidifying that heavier sound that we wanted to go
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
was,
you
like,
got some
that
chunka
song.
chunka in there. I heard that shit. Some
Yeah,
palm
yeah,
muting. I was just
exactly.
like, what?
Exactly. And so I
we
feel
need
like-
some more of that. No, that's
Exactly.
cool. No, even, and what I constantly hear of hearing any fucking artist of any genre, big or whatever, is the most spontaneous songs are the hits, the best ones. You know what I mean? And it's like, it never fails.
Yeah.
Any fucking artist that I've ever fucking heard says, "Oh, we wrote that in like 10 minutes." You know what I mean? And it was
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
that's-
and I think it's energetic. It's an energy that you feed, that one person sparks, and then everybody else kind of just is ignited by that spark. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
I
Yeah,
think
and-
for us it was kind of crazy because to us it was just like a idea, but to have like other people who we kind of like take a lot of advice from, and like their word is really important to
Yeah.
us, for them to be like, yo, we're dropping everything and we're doing that. It was
Yeah.
kind of like, oh fuck, like,
Okay.
oh, okay, like
Let's go.
like let's do it, like let's fucking do it, and
That's
we
cool.
kind of just went all in on it, and yeah, our baby.
That's
Yeah.
fucking cool. Cool. Respect.
Also,
Good.
our first song that wasn't in standard tuning.
Yes,
Let's go.
What is that one
Yeah.
tuned in?
It's just drop
Just
D.
drop D.
Drop
But like
D.
that was
All right.
another big
I'll
one
take
for us
it, I'll
'cause we
take
had
it.
really been like wanting to have drop tunings, different tune, and that was like the stepping stone.
That's why
It's
you
just
had.
drop
That's
D,
why
but
you
it
had to
was
throw in
like-
some palm muting. You're like, we're like,
Exactly.
drop D, bro.
Exactly.
It's fucking metal.
It
We
was
gotta be
like-
metal.
It was like the new
We gotta
chapter.
metal it up a little bit. We gotta check
Yeah,
it, check
exactly.
it. Fuck yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. This is fucking really fucking cool. It's my first time back interviewing people in person, not online. So you guys are the first ones on the way back out. I really hope to do more. This was really fucking cool. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Tell anybody who's listening where they
Thank
can
you, Jacob.
Where they can
Hey,
find you
shout out
guys.
Jacob.
Shout out Jacob
The
again.
best. He's the fifth member of Misfire.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
holding it down back there, bro. Damn, holding that chair down.
He's carrying us right now.
Our bae. We wouldn't be where we are without him.
Sharon
Respect.
going nowhere.
So let people know where they can find you, what you guys got coming up.
Misfire Band SD on Instagram. You can find Misfire Band SD anywhere on your local social media. You can also find Misfire all caps on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora.
YouTube.
We will also be at the Gun Show too. It's the Che Fest on May 17th. All the best, all my favorite bands in San Diego will be there. Be there.
And we will be out and about over summer.
Respect. Thank you guys again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you to anyone out there listening, anyone paying us me with your time and your attention. Once again, it's your Blue Dreamer broadcast. I'm your most humble host as always, Dr. I. Like I always say, stay tuned, stay connected, and until next time, much love and respect. Peace.